Good evening, friends. You may hear Lola snoring. I think you're all pretty used to that. She's in there sawing the logs. She was out chasing a rabbit earlier. So tonight for dinner, what we're having is oven-baked sliders. They're super simple, delicious. Now, what am I having with those? I'm doing some onion rings. Now, I never cook anything like this, but I'm cooking some onion rings right in the oven. So that way, if someone wants to do like a barbecue onion ring slider, we're going to mix it up and they can do all kinds, dress them however they want. So, that being said, let's get started. So I've got my 9x13 baking pan here, and I have finely chopped onions, as you can see, scattered all over the bottom of my baking pan. That's what we're going to want to do. Now, I'm also having corn. It's here. Pack of our freezer corn. That's going to be delicious. All right, there's going to be no easy way to do this. We're just going to have to get in and get dirty. We're just going to plop that right in. This is 2 1/4 pounds of ground beef. And you're just going to start smashing it out. Get it all down, work down through the pan. It's not pretty. There we go. Smash, smash, smash. Now you could use a rolling pin or just use God's tools. No sense wasting and dirtying up anything. I want to get those onions tucked up under there. I'm going to smash that out. Oven is preheating to 400 degrees. I have those little onion rings in my toaster oven. Get those all in there. Those little onions. All right, we're gonna smash. Now at this point, you can add whatever seasonings you want. I'm not gonna add anything but salt at this time because everybody's gonna do their own burger. And you know me, I'm a meat purist. I don't like to add a lot of seasonings to a really good piece of meat. Smash. All right, there we go. I thought ahead and got a paper towel so I don't get raw burger all over my thing here. So grab it. Sometimes I think ahead, sometimes I don't. All right. So now we're just going to take the back of a spoon, straw, whatever, and we're going to poke some holes in that meat. We're kind of making like little sliders. Well, we are making sliders, but you know. Do y'all have White Castle where you live? They're kind of like White Castle sliders. Ooh, let me tell you what. I love White Castles. When I was growing up, the only White Castle we had close was about an hour and a half. Was in Columbus, Ohio, our capital. And whenever we would go, my dad would buy a huge sack full because he loved them too. And now there's one closer. It's probably about a half hour away. So whenever I'm there, I always got to grab a few and bring home. All right. There we go. We've got the holes poked in there. We've got our salt. We've got our onions. That's it, friends. Now we're going to bake this in the oven. And then when they come out, we're going to put cheese on them, put them back in, and cut them for our sliders. Now I have for my sliders King's Hawaiian rolls. You can do those. Or you can use regular hamburger buns. But that's what I'm going to use. And we're going to go and we'll put this in the oven. And we'll be back. All right, friends, we've got about 5 minutes left on the timer. I set it for 20 minutes. I did take it out about 5 minutes ago and drained off the excess grease and spooned those onions back on top. I cut it in half to check for doneness. So I'm going to cut it again here. So I cut in the middle, cut in the middle, cut in the middle again, cut in the middle again. And then we're going to cut right down here. So that gives us 4 little sliders there. Then we're going to cut down here again. Go. This little piece here is, that might be a little too small. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sliders. Now this one here on the end is a little tiny. So what do we got? American cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you would like. I'm going to quarter those pieces into 4s. Perfect size. Go. Listen, I've been out by the fire. My cheeks are a little flushed. We've got a fire going out in our fire pit. And we're all sitting out there. All right. There we go. I'm going to put this back in the oven, get that cheese melted. And my King's Hawaiian rolls, I took all of those and sliced them all in half. As you can see, maybe you can't. Go. I've got them all sliced in half, ready. I'm going to put them in the microwave for just like a minute to soften them up, get them warm. I'll put these back in the oven. And we'll be right back. Onion rings are done. I've got them in the toaster oven on warm. And we'll be back. All right, the sliders are ready. As you can see, the cheese is all melted. I think for my first slider, I'm going to take this little tiny patty here. And I'm going to do, for mine, now I've got lettuce, tomato, onions, pickles, mustard, ketchup, mayonnaise, and I've got cottage cheese to go with our corn. We like cottage cheese with our corn. I knew Brock and I were going to get married because we both eat cottage cheese and corn together. So that's how I knew it was true love. So I think for my little first one here, I'm going to do a onion ring, my slider, and a little bit of barbecue sauce. Doesn't that sound good? All right, here we go. Give it a taste. Smash that on there. I put my King's Hawaiian rolls in the oven for or the microwave, I mean, for 20 seconds, just to get them warmed up. Let's give it a taste. Big bite. So good. That barbecue sauce is just sugar-free, sweet baby Ray's. Use whatever you want, whatever toppings you want. Loving it. This was simple. Threw it in the oven, set the timer, went out and hung out at by the fire with the family. Doesn't get any easier than that. Very little cleanup. All right, guys. Enjoy. Thanks for hanging out with me. Oven baked sliders. You can also change out your cheese, Swiss, Gruyere, whatever. It's your booger. Do what you want. Bye, friends. Have a good night.